And that's a problem for the select group of Bleach fans because they want him with Rukia. Rukia.
How does that make any sense?
Why would Rukia fall for Ichigo when Renji is right there? I have a question. Who's an anime character who you think is just way too hated? I'm talking characters who have done maybe 1 or 2 bad things and then the audience treats them like an antichrist.
Man, this is some bullshit! Boo this man!
Who fits that description for you? Because I've seen many people hate on a multitude of anime characters for different reasons that are either understandable reasons or reasons that are dumber than Patrick.
This guy stinks!
That in turn leads into a phenomenon known as overhated anime characters. For as long as I can, I'm going to take 4 characters at a time and discuss whether or not they deserve the hate. Using this 1 to 10 scale. 1 means your reasons are understandable and 10 means your reasons are nonsense. And with that out of the way, let's get started with our first character, who is none other than... Holy shit, people hate this kid. Boruto's been around for like 10 whole years. Damn! And for those 10 whole years, people have treated him like he's the embodiment of hell. For those unaware, he is the main character of the Naruto spin-off, Boruto Naruto Next Generations. So you would think, oh, this is Naruto's kid, I'm sure he's gonna be loved by the audience. Oh, you sweet summer children, that is not the case at all. People will find any and every reason to hate on Boruto. They'll hate the way he walks, the way he styles his hair, the way he talks, the way he fights, the way he dresses, the way his manga artist draws him, the way that you get the point. But if you haven't started Boruto, you're probably wondering, why? Why do people hate this kid so much? There's a whole host of reasons, but we gotta start with the movie.
Say what?
You probably don't know, but there was actually a Boruto movie that came out before the anime and the manga. Like, it depicts the Momoshiki / Chunin exams arc as well, but slight differences. Like, it's got that big red Momoshiki while the anime has got that slim white and black Momo.
Yeah!
But what this movie did is give birth to the problem people have with Boruto. The fact that he cheated in the exams. And also because he was a bratty kid that didn't really like his dad all that well because he spent more time in the office than at home. And also the birthday cake incident, you can't always forget that. So when this movie aired, it already gave like a pre-existing notion as to what kind of character Boruto is and that he wouldn't really evolve past this point. And this was all the way back in 2015. The manga got started in 2016 and I think changed the perception of Boruto by actually having him grow up as a character. The anime tried, but fucked up in other ways.
But what the hell, boy?
Now, I actually like Boruto's anime overall despite, the unnecessary filler arcs in between. Like, for what it does and how it expands on certain things in the manga, I think it's pretty good. Not the best, not better than Naruto, but good. And I honestly think the problem people have with Boruto is that he's just way too different from Naruto. Because Naruto, he had nothing and we watched him grow into somebody that could be accepted by his village, despite the fact that he was a Jinchuriki. Like, we knew from day one what Naruto wanted, and that was to be Hokage so he could finally be respected by everybody. With Boruto, it took us a little more time to figure out why the hell we should care about this kid. Too long for other people. And it also didn't help we got this sick ass scene in the beginning of both manga and anime where he's fighting an older Kawaki and the whole Leaf Village is wrecked. And now obviously you gotta explain how we got to this point, but people were just not patient enough to wait till we got to that point and did not like Boruto from the jump. Because first impressions last the longest for some people. Like, nobody's forcing you to like Boruto, I'm not either. But at least have your reasons make sense. Because it does not make any sense to me for you to hate this kid based on stuff he did in the beginning of the story that doesn't represent him right now. So with all that being said, Boruto, he gets a score of 7. Most of the reasons people hate on him are out of his control. And before anyone in the comments says it, Kishimoto wrote Boruto.
That's not an insult, that is just a fact of life.
Do I even have to say anything about Midoriya? Hate comes his way for the dumbest reasons, but he is not worth all that hatred, I'm telling you right now.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
Hey, bro, the biggest reason people have to hate on Midoriya is the fact that he cries? Are you kidding? Anytime this man has cried in My Hero, he's had a very good reason. Like Chief, he had poor self-esteem issues derived from bullying, derived from the fact that he was quirkless. All started by this blonde bum. Nope. I like Bakugo now. He's not the same kid. Like, I don't care what you say. If you were put in the same position he was, you would be crying like this too. It's like y'all expect every protagonist out there to be some kind of edgelord, when really that's just not the case for them. And some of y'all act like Midoriya is just always crying 24/7. That's not even the case, bro. He's always ready to step up and show out when it's time. But nah, y'all hate when characters have emotions, huh? Y'all hate that, don't you? For a while, this was the main reason people hated on Midoriya, but after the ending of this manga, I found one more that makes me even angrier. What in the hell do some of you mean when you say Izuku accomplished nothing? Y'all really think because the villains died and Izuku lost his quirk that he didn't accomplish anything in the long run?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I beg and plead with you to read the manga, please! As tragic as it is that Shigaraki ended up dying, it had to happen. There was no other way for that to wrap up. But the little kid inside him, Tenko Shimura, he did get saved by Midoriya. Like, just because Shigaraki didn't switch sides at the very last minute doesn't mean that he wasn't saved. Like, yeah, sure, he helped Midoriya kill All For One, but he didn't let go of his ideals for a second. Till the very end, he wanted to destroy. And maybe if Shigaraki got help sooner, we wouldn't have ended up where we are now, but that's the tragedy of it all. Even though he thinks he failed at saving Shigaraki, he did not fail in breaking down the hero system and rebuilding it anew. I could go on about this, but I already did that a few weeks ago, so do check that video out. Really, all the reasons Midoriya gets hate are just unjustified for me, so he gets a score of 10 for this. But you know who else gets hate for being a quote-unquote crybaby?
My mom!
You'll find healers in most of anime, but none quite as exceptional as Orihime. Like, I can name one other powerful healer besides her, but
freaky ass nigga, he a 69 god. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 god.
The way her power works is that she rejects any kind of foul play or wrongdoing towards your body. Like, it's not just healing, but it's also shielding and defense, as well as a little bit of offense. Like, her power is actually busted. So busted, in fact, there was a whole plot in Bleach where the main villain kidnapped her for that specific power. But even besides having supernatural powers, she's just a fun, bread-loving girl. Little bit of a ditz at times, but you know, that's what makes her adorable. So why the fuck is she so hated? Do you not like how nice she is? Like, what are we talking about? What did she do to you?
You know, that's a real good question.
Well, I did find out one reason. It's that she's in love with Ichigo.
That's it?
Yeah, it might sound batshit crazy, but there is a section of the Bleach fanbase that hates Orihime simply because she's in love with Ichigo, and Ichigo seems to reciprocates her feelings. Damn! And that's a problem for this select group of Bleach fans because they want him with Rukia.
How does that make any sense?
Why would Rukia fall for Ichigo when Renji is right there? And that whole crying thing wasn't just a setup for a joke. There are genuinely people who hate on Orihime for crying as well. Like, bro, God forbid she have some type of conflicting feelings, especially when it comes to not protecting her friends as much as she wants to. They even hate on Orihime for crying during that whole Vasta Lord Ichigo versus Okiura fight. My brother in Christ, she thought her man was dead. Would you not cry if you found your significant other with a hole in their chest? Don't you sit there and lie and say no. With Orihime, some of y'all are just haters to hate, so another 10.
Okay, who's next?
There was once a young boy with a very sharp nose who got his whole family killed by a demon. And then his little sister turned into a demon. He would soon become a demon slayer, and yeah, y'all know the story. But hate towards Tanjiro comes down to two things really. The plot saving his ass for most of the time, and ain't being nice?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It is a true miracle that Tanjiro is still such a nice guy despite everything that's happened to him in the past. His whole family killed, his only remaining sister becoming a demon, several injuries, his newfound role model dying, almost getting blown up, almost losing his sister again. I'd say more, but that's spoilers for the 3 movies coming out and I want y'all to be surprised. But y'all get what I mean. I low-key envy him for how nice he continues to be despite everything. But apparently, some of y'all don't like that. Y'all might think I'm reaching with the amount of hatred Tanjiro gets, but trust me, it's real, it's there. And it mostly ties back to what I said earlier when I said the plot saves his ass a lot. Like the most recent example is when he used thunder breathing, or at least the concept of thunder breathing, to try and chop off Hantengu's head.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Like he just happened to remember a one-up conversation he had with Zenitsu before.
You don't find that suspicious?
Then again, it's not really Tanjiro getting hate for this, it's more of the anime's thing. It's projected towards him for the most part because he's the main character. And also the fact that some people gravitate more towards the Hashira than they do with Tanjiro. And if not the Hashira, then maybe Zenitsu and Inosuke. Tanjiro, my boy, you ain't done nothing wrong. But plot seems to be on your side a bit too much, even for main character standards. I'ma give you an 8, but I hope those movies get a 10 out of 10.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's all the characters y'all get for now. I will definitely make a part 2 to this with a bit more of a challenge. If my upload schedule starts looking a bit inconsistent, please bear with me. I'm in college right now. But nonetheless, the videos will still come when they do. And don't forget to subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Please subscribe to the channel. And remember, you're allowed to dislike things. Just make sure you have a valid reason.
See ya.